Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all doing really good. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit of a subject in regards to the game and how you can level up your stamps and stuff. And I kind of wanted to touch bases on my own thoughts and how I feel about them now that the game's been out for like, what, 2 months and a half or 3 months, I believe, going on somewhere around there. So there's two things I kind of want to touch bases on this video. So let's go first with, actually, let's do stamps first, right? So if you guys know, once the game started before the stamp quarter, which is, where you get your core stamps, basically got an update and it became a lot better. Back then, we didn't even have a guarantee system. Like, we just did not. We would just kind of have to get lucky and get the one that we wanted. But they implemented, they updated, and it became a lot better. So there's that. Now, the Realm mutation, right? This is usually where you spend most of the time farming for your stamps. And I'll be honest, I think I'm starting to see like flaws in this. And I don't know how I feel about it. So an example, right? Neliel came out last Friday. So it's been about a week or so since she's been out. A week and like maybe like a day or something, I want to say. So about like 8 days or something. Now, it's crazy to me to think that I had to wait almost a whole week just to finally get lucky and get some decent stamps on her. Now, I know that gachas will have their RNG system. Don't get me wrong, I totally understand that. But the fact that I had to particularly wait almost a week to get these stamps, it is insane. Now, keep in mind, I bought this 99 pack. It came with 20 pills, and then the previous one had like 10. So I probably used around like, I don't know, like 60 plus pills. And out of those 60, on the first week, I only got one good stamp for Neliel. That is honestly very, very crazy. Now, I know that whenever you do the runs, you will get some of these, so you can actually turn them into whatever you're looking for. So you can do the 50% off, which is going to randomize and pick like any of them. To be honest, you don't have a choosing, or you can actually pick the one you want to see if you can get lucky, but it's going to cost a lot more to actually get that piece and hopefully get lucky with the substats and the stats that you actually want. That, in my opinion, it's an okay system, but I wish that they would implement also a system where if you're farming and you're getting, because like let's say 300 of the 4 stars, right, of the stamps, if you dismantle them, because honestly everyone does, you get some type also of currency back that you can kind of use to make the stamps that you want. Like, it should not be so heavily RNG based when it comes to getting stamps on this game. It's starting to get annoying. And then the other thing as well is that, let's say theoretically speaking, let's say the Grimjack comes out next week. I wish that they would start showing or like letting us farm for the stamps at least like a week before they come out, just because I don't know, like whenever a character comes out, they're gonna give us like, you have to farm for them, you have to farm the materials, you have to farm for their stamps. And that is really frustrating because again, it's RNG. You can get lucky on the first day, you can get lucky until like a week, 2-3 weeks or something. So that is very, very frustrating. So I'm really hoping that they implement some type of system where they actually make this a lot better than it is right now, just because it is, I don't know, it's not the greatest. It really isn't. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about, which in my opinion is probably the biggest problem, and I would like to know exactly how you guys deal with this. Like, if you're someone who's a free-to-play player or low spender, I'm assuming this is going to be the most frustrating thing about this game. So, to take a stamp from level 25 to level 30, you're going to need some nexuses for that, which are going to be these stars. Now, these type of stars, if you're someone who's free to play, you only get 30 a month. So they will refresh on the shop and you will be able to get 30. Now, put that into perspective, right? That means that you can only 3 stamps a month as a free to play player. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that through events right here, you can actually get some more nexuses. You will see that depending on the ranking, you will get nexuses for your team. But here's the thing. 10, it's going to be only the top 3 players of your server, and usually only only whales are going to be getting this type of nexuses, and then probably anywhere from 10% and below, you're going to be getting around 7, which still doesn't complete enough to get 10. That is, I don't know, that it just doesn't sound right, you know. Obviously I'm getting them, but it just still doesn't justify the fact that people who are maybe free to play or just low spender are not really taking fully advantage of these nexuses. Because let's be real, sometimes we'll like level 30 even if a stamp is not the best, just to get that damage in. Because, you know, if you're in a competitive guild or anything like that, or you just want to see like how strong the unit is, you want to level 30 a stamp, so that you're able to see that damage and see how good they are. But nexuses are very, very hard to come across, and it's probably one of the most frustrating things. And on top of that, right, so you also have to keep in mind that these stamps have passives on them. So depending on the character you have, you're going to want to have whatever passive is meant for them or the best for them. Now, here's like the super crazy part, right? When it comes to passives, there's all these type of passives. Exactly. So like there's, I don't know, bro, this looks like about like 15 passives. And you have to be lucky and roll into the correct passive that you want. And if you get unlucky and you don't get the correct one, you have to use another 10 nexuses so that you can re-roll again and still have a very low chance of getting what you need. And think about it, if you're a free-to-play player, that means you only get 2 re-rolls for 1 stamp. That is crazy. Now, let me give you guys an example as someone who is like a spender on the game. My Neliel, right? Let's say, hold on, where is it? I want to change this Invigorate because this is a support passive. It's really good for Keyescape. Every week, you have an option to get 10 nexuses paid. Okay, so you get 10 nexuses paid. That's 10. And then on top of that, you can buy another 30 from the shop with Jade, which is equivalent around like, I want to say like 50 bucks. You have 40. And then after you buy those 30, you have another option, which they gave you for $24 to buy an additional 30. So you're looking at 70, no, you're looking around like $80 for 70. Not even 80, man. It's probably like, yeah, 80, close to $90 for 70 nexuses. And the chance to still get what you need, it's very low. Like I spend probably around like the 70 that I got, and guess what? I still didn't roll into all damage plus 9, which is what I'm looking for her, and also my Gin as well, because that's what I'm looking for. But I just don't, I don't know, I just don't see that as a very good system for making your units kind of strong. It's very frustrating, I want to say. And I know they brought a game mode into, where is it? Let's see. I think it's in the challenge. Yeah, full release. Now, this is really good because it gives you nexuses when you actually complete them, which is pretty cool. But I wish that they would make it something more accessible to everyone, where let's say that maybe every week you get 10. Like, that's not bad. 10 nexuses a week, so you can at least level up 1 stamp a week. I don't see that as a bad thing. And then you get the 30 on a monthly, because if you do that, then you're going to be giving not only free-to-play players but also like spenders and everyone just a chance to actually have an extra chance of re-rolling into their stamps and get something better. Because I don't know, it's like, it's getting to a point where like, I feel like you spend money and the chances of still getting what you need to have your character the strongest is so low. I find it to be a little bit kind of ridiculous, where you expect people to pay, you know, to get all these characters B6s, and then you want them to extrally spend just to get the right passes on the stamps so that they're able to deal the most damage that they can possibly do. So I'm really hoping that they implement some type of, maybe in like another game mode where we're able to farm that weekly and we can get 10. I feel like that's a good start at least. And then from those 10, we can get the 30 from resets. So it should be about, you know, like what? That's 10, probably like 60 nexuses a month. That way you get 6. So that is pretty good. And, you know, if you're also trying to attract like new players to join the game, and then they watch a bunch of videos and try and understand how to like 30 their stamps, then they're going to be even more limited, because they're going to be so behind with all the units that are right now that you can summon for, and they won't even be able to like level 30 their stamps because they are lacking those resources when it comes to doing that. So I don't know, this was more like a yab session that I wanted to talk about and then just bring attention to it. And I wanted to ask you also, like, ask you guys, you know, if someone who's free to play or low spender or whatever you do, are you having trouble with these nexuses to level 30 your stamps, and see how that goes? Because it's, I don't know, I'm maybe I'm just the unluckiest person ever when it comes to RNG, because I am just getting completely shitted on by RNG in this game when it comes to the stamp system. So yeah, that, and then the stamp corridor, it's like wait, stamp corridor, no, the realm mutation, sorry, realm mutation is what also needs to be updated. They need to have some type of better excuse me, system where you are more likely to get the substats or the stats that you need for your character, that you don't have to be so heavily on RNG to be farming, because again, we need to save some of that stamina to farm for the new character that comes out eventually, because that's another pain in the ass that we have to go through. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. Hope you guys are having a good one, and then I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.